Imagine a country that looks like paradise, with crystal clear blue seas and volcanoes shaped as perfectly as a painting, yet hiding truths that can make you shiver. The Philippines isn't just about dazzling travel footage, it's also where meals are recycled from trash, communities live inside cemeteries, and strange customs can leave you baffled in an instant. Mixed in with the country's stunning beauty are dark corners few could ever imagine, where reality is sometimes more shocking than legend. Get ready, because the 15 facts ahead will surely change the way you see this nation forever. And if you want to keep exploring stories that are as shocking as they are fascinating, a gentle subscription will be your ticket to join us on every journey. To begin, let's uncover one of the most haunting secrets of local cuisine, an infamous dish called Pagpag. Number 15. Pagpag, recycled food from trash. Right in Manila, among crowded slums, exists a dish that makes the world recoil: Pagpag. These are leftovers collected from restaurant and grocery trash bins, rinsed briefly, then fried again and sold cheaply to the poor. To us, this might sound unthinkable, but for hundreds of thousands of Filipinos, Pagpag is the only way to survive another day. Skinny children still sit before bowls of recycled food, despite the constant threat of food poisoning and disease. This harsh reality doesn't just reflect deep poverty, it also reveals the bitter paradox of a country praised worldwide as a tropical paradise of turquoise seas and white sand. If you feel lucky to have had a warm meal today, leave the number 1 in the comments as a way to share your thoughts. But Pagpag is only the first curtain. There are also families who make their homes right among the tombs in Manila's cemeteries. Number 14. Living in cemeteries in Manila. In Manila, where housing prices skyrocket, thousands of poor families have chosen an unthinkable home: cemeteries. Here, graves aren't just for the dead, they serve as foundations for makeshift shelters. Children play atop tombstones, adults cook, wash clothes, and even watch TV beside burial sites. For many, cemeteries offer shelter from sun and rain, and sometimes even jobs, from carving tombstones to cleaning graves or assisting with funeral services. Strangely enough, many claim living among the dead feels safer than the chaotic, dangerous slums outside. The image is both heartbreaking and unforgettable, a living portrait of life's brutal inequalities. Can you imagine waking up every morning surrounded by gravestones and flickering candles? And if some families must build homes on tombs, then traveling through the streets reveals yet another paradox: the Philippines' unique transportation system. Number 13. Transportation, jeepneys and Habal-Habal. Owning a car is just a dream for most Filipinos, with minimum wages only a few $100s a month, while car prices are 2 or 3 times higher than in many other countries. Out of this reality came creative icons of transport. The most famous, jeepneys, old US military jeeps transformed into minibuses, painted with bright colors and religious art. Cheap, convenient, and vibrant, they've become the soul of urban commuting. In mountain regions and narrow roads, people rely on the Habal-Habal, motorbikes carrying 4 to 6 people squeezed together. To outsiders, these rides are both funny and terrifying, showcasing creativity that often comes with risk. Would you dare ride on a motorbike packed with 6 people winding down a steep mountain road? And if travel already looks this unusual, then the rules of social interaction in the Philippines hold just as many surprises. Number 12. Taboos and manners in communication. In the Philippines, even small gestures can win goodwill or create awkward misunderstandings. With peers, a light handshake is enough, but gripping too firmly is considered rude. With elders, tradition calls for shaking hands while gently guiding their hand to touch your forehead, a sign of respect. Filipinos dislike being compared to animals, especially monkeys or pigs, as that is seen as insulting. In some regions, gossiping or bad-mouthing can even lead to fines or community service. At the table, chatting while eating is frowned upon, and when invited to a meal, it's polite to decline at least twice before accepting, showing refinement. Which of these cultural habits fascinates you the most? Share your thoughts in the comments. To understand these manners more deeply, we need to look back at centuries of history that shaped this nation's identity. Number 11. The country's name and colonial history. The name, Philippines, didn't come from local languages. Spanish explorers named it after King Philip II. From that moment, the islands entered more than 3 centuries of colonial rule by Spain. then the United States, and later Japan. Each era left deep marks. Catholicism spread, English became an official language, and American culture wove itself into daily life. This blend of East and West created a unique identity, but also raised the question, what truly defines the Filipino spirit? Between old cathedrals, Hollywood cinemas, and traditional festivals, the country constantly balances between preservation and change. Every nation has its own stories to tell. If you want to keep uncovering little-known stories like these, a gentle subscription is the best way for us to journey together. Looking at history also highlights the unique role of Filipino women, from powerful Babaylan priestesses of the past to dazzling beauty queens of today. Number 10. Filipino women, from Babaylan to modern beauty queens. In ancient times, women held sacred roles as Babaylan, priestesses with powers to heal, commune with spirits, and lead their communities. They were honored like Western religious leaders. Over time, that image gave way to another. Filipino women became global icons of beauty, winning countless international pageant crowns. Admired worldwide for their grace and talent, many still face restrictions at home, like the nationwide ban on divorce, leaving some trapped in unhappy marriages. It's a paradox, both glorious and bittersweet. Do you think a country can both celebrate women on the world stage and yet bind them with limits in private life? That same contrast makes other experiences in the Philippines equally unbelievable, from bizarre relaxation treatments to lying beneath giant pythons. Number 9. Strange experiences, python massage and kawa bath. In Cebu, there's a service that makes newcomers shiver, live python massages. Instead of human hands, 4 pythons, each up to 16 feet long and weighing hundreds of pounds, slither over your body, squeezing lightly for relaxation. To reassure guests, the snakes are fed beforehand, often 20 pounds of chicken, so they won't feel like hunting. Still, just lying under their massive bodies is enough to make your heart race. If that's not unusual enough, try the kawa bath, soaking in a giant iron cauldron set over burning firewood. Though it looks like a medieval torture scene, it's actually a traditional herbal therapy. Truly one-of-a-kind experiences in the Philippines. Would you dare lie under massive pythons or bathe in a steaming giant cauldron? And if those gave you chills, the Philippines' unsolved mysteries might ignite your curiosity even more. Number 8. Mysterious places, Mount Cristobal and the Enchanted River. Near the sacred Mount Banahol lies Mount Cristobal, feared as the Mountain of Lost Souls. Though the trails aren't too hard, hikers often report heavy feelings, disorientation, and GPS devices going haywire as if the land itself shifts. Some believe wandering spirits haunt the mountain. Further south lies the Enchanted River in Surigao del Sur, whose turquoise waters are so clear you can see the bottom. Yet the deeper divers go, the darker and colder it becomes, with cameras mysteriously failing. Locals whisper of unseen beings lurking below. To this day, scientists and villagers alike have no final answers. Do you believe some places hold invisible powers that both captivate and terrify? If the dark forests and rivers stir unease, then when night truly falls, the Philippines transforms into another world, a vibrant nightlife. Number 7. Nightlife in the Philippines. When the sun sets, the Philippines reveals a new face. In Manila, Cebu, or Boracay, nightlife buzzes with neon-lit bars and music blasting until late night. On beaches, visitors feast on grilled seafood while joining outdoor parties with DJs and fireworks. Yet it's street food that truly defines the scene: sizzling skewers, balut, duck embryo eggs, and halo-halo, a colorful shaved ice dessert. Filipinos love to gather at night, turning night markets into both lively and cozy spaces. Karaoke is everywhere, running until 2 or 3 a.m., letting anyone sing into the night. It's a kaleidoscope of tradition and modernity blending in every moment. Would you choose a lively bar in Manila or stroll through Boracay's night markets filled with smoky skewers? And when neon lights fade, nature's wonders rise to awe once more. Number 6. Famous destinations: El Nido, Men, Batanes, Chocolate Hills. If nightlife gives you energy, the natural wonders of the Philippines leave you speechless. In El Nido, towering limestone cliffs rise from emerald waters, embracing silky white beaches like a fantasy scene. Further away, Mayan volcano stands with a cone so perfectly shaped it looks sculpted by nature. In Batanes, rolling green hills stretch endlessly, dotted with stone houses that make visitors feel small against the vastness. And Chocolate Hills, with thousands of uniform, cocoa-brown mounds, appear surreal, like stepping into a dream. Each place leaves an unforgettable mark. Would you rather wander Batane's untouched hills, admire mighty men, or lose yourself in El Nido's emerald waters? Beyond nature's wonders, daily life in the Philippines hides social habits that surprise the world. Number 5. Social habits, texting, malls, and karaoke. The Philippines was once called the texting capital of the world. Before free apps, Filipinos spent tens of millions of dollars daily just sending SMS. Even today, hundreds of millions of texts are sent daily, more than Europe and the US combined. But texting isn't the only habit. Shopping malls are more than places to buy things, they are spaces to hang out, entertain, and escape the tropical heat. And karaoke? It's nearly the nation's soul. So popular was the song My Way that many bars banned it after arguments turned heated when singers went off-key. These habits are both humorous and revealing of the strong social bonds Filipinos share. Are you surprised a song as familiar as My Way once caused so much controversy it was banned in many karaoke bars? And when it comes to culture, no journey is complete without diving into the Philippines' food. Number 4. Unique cuisine adobo, soup. Number 5. Pancit, dinuguan, kare. Filipino cuisine blends comfort with daring flavors. The national dish is adobo, chicken or pork braised in vinegar, garlic, pepper, and soy sauce, aromatic, savory, and perfect with white rice. But then comes soup. Number 5, made from a cow's most unusual organ, something many travelers hesitate to even taste. Pancit canton, stir-fried noodles with meat, veggies, and seafood, brings a familiar comfort often served at celebrations. Dinuguan, a stew made with pork blood, has a dark, tangy richness, a true test for adventurous eaters. Finally, kare, oxtail in peanut sauce, offers warmth and balance, closing a flavorful journey. Would you go for a steaming bowl of adobo, or challenge yourself with soup. Number 5 and dinuguan? Food is just one layer of culture. The true heartbeat shows in the Philippines' colorful festivals. Number 3. Traditional festivals, Sinulog, Ati-Atihan, Panagbenga, Pahiyas. To feel the Philippine spirit, come during festival season. In January, Cebu bursts with the Sinulog Festival. Dancers in bright costumes spin to pounding drums, honoring Santo Nino. Also in January, Ati-Atihan on Panay Island transforms the city into a sea of people, faces painted black, moving in fevered rhythm. In February, Panagbenga turns Baguio into a flower kingdom, with massive floral floats parading the streets. And in May, Pahiyas lights up Lukban, with houses decorated in fruits, vegetables, and palm leaves. Each festival is more than culture, it's a portrait of Filipino optimism, creativity, and joy. Would you dive into the roaring crowds of Sinulog, or stroll flower-lined streets at Panagbenga? But to truly understand life here, we must also look at something more practical, daily costs. Number 2. Cost of living, cities versus countryside. Though the Philippines is considered affordable by Southeast Asian standards, the gap between city and countryside is striking. In Manila or Cebu, a one-bedroom apartment downtown can cost $400 to $700 a month, while in smaller towns or suburbs, only $200 to $300. For food, home cooking for a family may cost $150 to $250 a month, while eating out at a simple eatery is just $2 to $4 a meal. Public transport, Jeepneys, MRT, or LRT, costs mere cents per ride. Still, with minimum wages so low, many must calculate every penny, turning affordable living into daily survival. Do you think these costs are cheap compared to the region, or still a heavy burden for most citizens? And for travelers, knowing how to stay safe is just as essential. Number 1. Safety tips and avoiding scams. The Philippines is captivating, but to truly enjoy your trip, a few safety tips go a long way. In night markets, bus stations, or crowded places, pickpockets often work in groups, using distractions to strike. Taxis and tricycles may sometimes overcharge by taking longer routes or quoting double fares. Apps like Grab are often safer. When withdrawing cash, choose ATMs in malls or banks to avoid card skimmers. Street food is tempting, but pick busy, trusted stalls. And never wander alone into isolated areas without information. Just a handful of precautions are enough for peace of mind. Which of these tips do you think is most important when visiting a foreign land for the first time? With all these glimpses, from food and festivals to daily life and safety, the Philippines emerges as both alluring and complicated, always unforgettable. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the Philippines, a land of brilliance and paradox. Every story here is just a fragment of the world's bigger picture. Hold on to your curiosity, because in future videos, we'll continue exploring other nations where beauty and secrets still wait to be revealed.